Hey, middle school. Okay, so Kori, coming back at you right now. Last time I was with you, I talked about hard things. Now, this isn't that much different, but it's a little bit different. Okay, so I'm sharing with my little people friends, right, all about what's happening in the New Testament, because I don't know if you know this, a lot happens in the New Testament. Okay, and we don't talk about all of it because we focus on Jesus a lot, which is super important, but there are other things that we sometimes miss. So here's something I want to share with you about my friend Paul. Okay, so that's not really Paul. If you're like 7, maybe it's fun to think that that's Paul. All right, so anyway, Paul, we know Paul for writing so many letters in the New Testament and going on missionary journeys and having the miraculous blinded road to Damascus saving experience. He's killing Christians and he's making Christians and it's bananas and it's after Jesus, Paul's the biggest thing in the New Testament. So it's easy to think oh, Paul, yeah, that guy had it together all the time. I mean, people talk about how he had a thorn in his flesh and he got put in jail and beat a few times, but that guy was superhuman. No. Okay. So it's easy to think those things. Now, in Acts 18, and this is in the Message, this is what it says. Paul is trying to share Jesus with people, and people are not buying what he's selling. And he's really frustrated, and he's down, right? And so he's praying, and Jesus speaks to him. God speaks to him and says, listen, keep it up. Don't let anybody intimidate you or silence you no matter what happens. I am with you, and no one's going to hurt you. And people can hurt him with their words. People can hurt him physically because, that guy got beat a few times. But he goes, you have no idea how many people are on my side in this city. And that was all, this is what it says in the Message version. That was all he needed to stick it out. He stayed another 1.5 years faithfully teaching God's word to the Corinthians. Okay. So maybe you are a person who maybe your friends don't know Jesus. Maybe your parents don't know Jesus. Maybe your family doesn't know Jesus. And you're I try to show them, but it's so frustrating. And I just want them to be saved. That's all I want. I get it. Because if you could will people into the kingdom of heaven, I would have willed a lot of people into the kingdom of heaven. I even sat a friend down a few years ago and I was listen, I know that you know the truth. I just need to know when you're going to believe in Jesus because I'm tired of waiting. It didn't really work. I'm still waiting. But Jesus does miracles. So anyway, the point is, even Paul got discouraged and God had to remind him, I am always with you. And maybe you're the person who sometimes has seen someone talk about Jesus and you're I would like to back them up, but I don't really know what to say. Also, I don't want to be the weirdo who follows Jesus. Here's the thing. Everyone's a weirdo, whether or not you follow Jesus. We're all weird. I'm not weird. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally weird, and that's fine. But the thing is, God is always with you, and you gotta stay strong. Because the thing is, this isn't one of those quick sprints, I'm alive, then I'm gonna follow Jesus for this long, and then I get to be in heaven. Your life is a little longer than that. It can feel like a marathon. You're how much longer do I have to try to get people I love to follow Jesus? Well, that's not what it is. You're not trying to convince people. You're trying to show them following God is awesome, and it makes your life whole, and it makes your life complete, and I just, for the love of God, would like you to be in heaven with me, right? So if you've ever felt those things, we're with you, but more importantly, God is with you. And you never know how many people are actually on your side. So, as school is, staring you down, hang tight, friends. You can do it.